Hartlike goeiemiddag hier op Skool Kompas, hier op Stroomstories, episode 9. Ons het vandag Saints Christian School en so ook Little Saints Nursery School hierso by ons in die ateljee. Ja, kykers, ons is weer vandag besig met Afrikaanse en Engelse onderhoud hierso. Die onderhoud gaan in Afrikaans gebeur, maar juffrou Loise Kock en juffrou Santie van Westhuizen gaan in Engels antwoord. Baie welkom dames.
Baie dankie. Ek kan dit nou in Afrikaans doen.
Ek kan in Afrikaans doen.
Good afternoon, it's so nice to visit your studio.
Yes, such a privilege. Yes.
Hoorie, maar julle aksent is nou regte Soutie aksent. Verskoon nou maar my Afrikaans en my Engels, because I spoke this tale since I was twice. So, kom ons...
You spoke it very deliciously.
Deliciously, dis hy. Maar baie welkom. Kom ons raak gemaklik vir die volgende uurtjie. Kom ons gesels bietjie oor Saints. Loise, kom ons begin daar by jou. Hoekom Saints? Wat maak Saints Christian School 'n lekker skool?
'n lekker school, okay. Okay, if I'm going to answer in the context that we are actually four entities, because the church is also, it started with the church.
Okay.
And from a church it went to a nursery school, and then the primary school, and then we now are currently having a high school up till grade 11 as well. So it progressed to there. So I think first and foremost is, if you want to expose your child to good education, but do not shy away from biblical principles, and our heart is to look holistically to the child, starting from Little Saints up to the high school. So it is the academics, but we offer so much more, and we can go into it a little bit later. So it's because also we are a small school, which is amazing to get to know the children. I literally can say I know at the end of the year the child individually, strengths, weaknesses, the trauma that maybe the child went through. We get to know our children, and all the teachers have a heart for our children. And I want to say, apart from the academics and the sports that we excel in, that's our heart, to see the child develop holistically. And before I give over to Santie, is the one advantage that you have at Saints schools is that your child can be enrolled in the nursery school from babies. You're starting at babies, no?
3 months.
3 months. 3 months up to a high school. So it becomes a home. So it's stability for the child.
Okay.
So it doesn't need to go from a nursery school to a new environment, primary school, new environment, high school.
Yeah.
Even the coaches, the sport coaches, they are with the nursery school, they're with the primary school, they're with the high school. The dance teachers, the setup, everything. So it becomes familiar to the child, and that also they grows their self-confidence as well.
So dit is letterlik van 3 maande. As jy by Saints is jy by Saints regdeur. So soos wat jy sê, daar's glad nie 'n verandering nie. Alles is, maar dit is great.
And it links together, because next year we will have our first matric group.
Ja.
So we're very excited about that, and so we can go into detail with that as well. But we want to invite people to become part of the family, because we're a Saints family.
Saints family.
Yes.
Ag, awesome. Santie, daar by die nursery school. Hoekom Saints Little Saints Nursery?
Little Saints
Yeah.
Nursery School. We are definitely the best in town. I'm not going to hover to say that, but yes, our parents and our children are the best. And it's very important for parents to enroll their children in a preschool, because growth starts from the mother is pregnant up to the child is 4 years old. 80% of the brain development starts. And we as a school make sure that the child is developed from social, emotional and academics, because all those things are so part of a child. So with our babies from 3 months to 3 years old, we do the toddler time curriculum, where we make sure they are stimulated, the fine motor, the gross motor, everything that is so important. And our children learn through play. That is so important, because it's a home away from home. So we also have an open door policy with parents. where they can talk to us during the day on WhatsApp, and they can ask you, how is my child doing? And then we can answer them or take a photo of what the child is doing.
Yes, that's nice.
Yeah, so
That's
I always
awesome.
tell the parent, if you miss your child too much, it's mostly the new parents,
Yeah.
they will just WhatsApp you and say, how is my child doing today? And having an open door, the parents really communicate with us, and that is how we can be those parents to the children when the parents are not there.
Ag, Jessie, dit klink sommer interessant. Sê gou my, hoeveel 3 maande oue babatjies is daar by jou?
We don't have that many babies. Our baby class is only 6 children.
Okay.
And then our potty train class is 12 children. And then from the 2 to 3 year class is very full this year because it's all the COVID babies. So we actually have 28 children in that group at the moment with 3 teachers. So we also look at the ratio of the space available and how many children we have on how many teachers we have to put in a class as well.
Okay. Dis great. Loise, daar by kom ons begin 'n bietjie daar by Saints. Vertel ons 'n bietjie van Saints se kom ons begin by die akademie.
Okay.
Hoe doen Saints oor die algemeen met die kurrikulum en so voort?
Okay, so the grade 1s and 2s are still very much ACE because we were an ACE school.
Wat se skool?
ACE, that's Accelerated Christian Education.
Okay.
For long. And then just pre-COVID, we changed curriculum. I'll touch that because that was actually like God sent. So the grade 1s and 2 classes are still ACE curriculum. So what is amazing with the ACE is the children really learn how to read. I mean, at 6 months into the year, if there's no other academical problems and the parents works together, the children read. Not words, but sentences with comprehension. Because that's another thing that we know sometimes is a problem for children to read. Up to grade 5 already, then children can read, but they don't understand what they're reading. Yes. So the way that we learn the kids to read is phonetically. So for instance, just to give you an example, so I always tell the new parents, if you say the word, if I spell the word to you and I say C-A-K-E, can you hear the word? No. You can see the word, maybe you know it's cake.
Yeah.
But if I go k-ake, you can hear the word.
Oh, you can hear yes.
So like different sounds, like, not to take too long with that, but say for instance the A sound. You get cake, it's an A sound. Then you get arm, R sound. Then you get hat, it's an A sound. So it's all 3 of them are A's, but they have different sounds. So the kids are learning the alphabet name, but also then there are signs on top that tells them, okay, this is an A sound, this is an A sound, this is an R sound. So we don't start ABC, we start A and M. So when we're already with the M sound, the M sound, the kids can already read mama, may, aim, am, and that's like 2 weeks into the curriculum. That they learn how this is the sound and this is how I blend it. Okay, then we actually do our Learn to Read program twice. That's something good that came out of COVID, apart from your bigger class, is that we realized the power there was when we did the curriculum online, when the kids were at home, and they came back and we read it quicker, but we realized the kids can actually read much better. So we changed the curriculum a little bit, we adjusted a little bit, so we do the Learn to Read program twice, up till the middle of the year, and then we apply it. So then we do, of course, the mathematics, and they do science in grade 1, and they do social science, life skills, and that goes through to grade 2, where they also do independent work. So they get a lesson, they have to go back, they have to read, they have to look at the questions, they have to find the answer, they must show you where they got the answer. So they learn that independent work ethic as well. And then just before COVID happened, the pastor, that's our, what do you say, the head of the entities actually.
Okay.
She, after investigation and so on, decided to change to a new curriculum that is Switch On. The Switch On is online based. So the kids, when COVID striked, my English is going, we were able to go on with the education because the kids were at home, and it's an interactive system. So they could get a lesson via earphones. They could see, they could see the lesson, they could apply the lesson. So we never missed. Our kids during COVID didn't miss school. So when the schools reopened and they came back, now we have the combination. So we have a teacher in class that will do the mathematics or the science, different teachers. And then the child will go and they can reinforce the work with what's on the screen. They can access games and videos to reinforce what they've learned. And they also make notes, so they still do the writing. So it's very interactive. Now the switch on curriculum is American based, but it's in line with CAPS. So in matric, the kids do write a matric that is, or that's qualifying them for all the universities. It's not that they will struggle to get in. We actually, at the beginning, we went to different high schools as well, showed them the curriculum, and they were highly impressed. I know the mathematics is like a year ahead. So if you do grade 7 maths with us, and you go to the high school or another school, you're actually a year ahead with the mathematics. That's
Yes, dit is interessant, maar is daar 'n groot verskil tussen dan nou tussen die twee curriculums wat julle gedoen het en wat julle nou mee besig is?
Yes, there is a difference because the other one was also American based, but it was not so progressive. It was still the books, the same books then, you also did ACE like 20 years back or so. And the SAE is a developing curriculum. So the moment there are new things happening, the curriculum also adjusts to it. So it's not a fixed curriculum for the next 30 years. And certain subjects like MS and I think life skills and arts, that they still do books with. So it's a better curriculum. It's a more applicable for South African context as well, and it's of higher quality. But the grade 1s and 2s, what does a grade 1 and 2 must learn? They must learn how to read. Yeah. And they must have a strong foundation in maths. Yeah. And that's what ACE is still very good with.
Ja. Ja, dit klink na 'n heftige dingetjie daai. Kom ons gaan oor 'n bietjie terug daar na die Little Saints. Santie, sê vir ons bietjie, hoe werk julle buite-kurrikulêre afdeling by Little Saints?
So we have different things going on every day. The children, it's not really afternoon activities, but during school time, we have on every Tuesday we have dance classes with teacher Jade. And then on a Friday we have physical exercises with Coach Tato. They are trained coaches. So the teachers don't have to come and do the PE themselves. The trained coaches do it. And on Wednesdays our grade R's have computer classes as well.
Ja, so hulle het sommer rekenaar van kleins af.
Yes.
Hoe groot is daai rekenaar klas dan van julle? Hoeveel?
I think they can take 14 children
Yeah,
at
14. Yeah.
14.
one time. Yeah, so it's a nice small group where you can give each child his individual attention as well.
Is daar ook 'n spesifieke kurrikulum wat julle volg by die kleuterskool?
Yes, like I said, the 3 months to 3-year-old is a toddler time curriculum.
Okay, maar verduidelik ons bietjie daai toddler time. Waarna kyk julle of wat doen julle pertinent met daai toddler time?
Toddler time curriculum is mostly to let the children learn through play. So we do a lot of activities like movement and play, and we do some worksheets as well here and there for the parents to show that the children are learning. Parents always want to see a worksheet.
Hulle wil altyd weet, ja.
Coloring or pasting or putting cotton wool on a paper. It's some creative things for the children to do. And then for our 4 to 5-year-olds, we do the step-by-step curriculum. That is also part of the ACE, where we already introduce the children to the phonics, like O for orange and B for butterfly. Yeah, school has changed a lot from the days when we went to school just playing Play-Doh. So it's very important that toddlers do go to school so that they are really ready for when they go to primary school. And then in our 5 to 6-year-old group, we have the ACE curriculum as well, where we teach the children the phonics as well.
Maar kry hulle ook pertinent soos 'n rapport of punte
Yes,
wat hulle
all our children get reports, a progress report. Our smaller children get one in the middle of the year and at the end of the year, and then our grade R's and grade R's get one every quarter.
Ja, ook elke termyn.
Yes.
Het julle dan ook op die einde van die tyd, het julle ook dan nou soos 'n as die graad R oorgaan na die laerskool toe, het julle ook dan so formele
graduation. Yes.
graduation.
The parents and the children love the graduation.
Dis ook
I
met die
think-
wiki en die baadjie en
that
alles.
is what you come to preschool for, is to go through the 5 years and then you graduate.
To have the photo.
It was very nice for me to actually, this is my 7th year at Little Saints Nursery School, and it was so nice for me to see babies coming in there and then leaving grade R, going to grade 1. It's so amazing to just grow with those children.
Ag ja, dis awesome. Louisa, kom ons gaan 'n bietjie daaroor na die achievements van Saints Christian School. Vertel ons 'n bietjie van 2024 se achievements.
Oh, this was a good year.
A busy good year.
Busy
Busy
good year. A
good year.
busy good year. Okay, so I was actually just, can I link on with something?
Yeah,
what you
no
also
problem.
said? So, yes, apart from the academics, we have the sport, and we have a couple of sport options. We have the cross country, if I go athletics first, cross country athletics, netball, soccer, cricket, and actually table tennis for the high school as well.
Lekker tafeltennis.
Yes, and they actually go for tournaments and stuff, yeah, it's proper. And our coaches, we have 5 coaches that are fully trained as being coaches. So as she just said, they're not like a teacher here and then they're coaching, they are coaches. So so with our soccer, because we built the Astro, it's a few years back, that we built the Astro at the school for the soccer and for the netball. And with that, our coaches also connected with Bournemouth in England. That's part of the Premier League, yes. So they have visited our school twice already, and 3 of our coaches went there for training as well.
Yeah, dis awesome.
And they come and they scout and they look at and give, do like workshops and things like that. So the soccer is now progressing very good. Now the cricket, I'm just giving you the background before I get to the achievements.
Dis reg, is 100%.
So the cricket for years was like the heartbeat of the
Ja,
sport.
ek wil net sê cricket is altyd Saints
Yes.
girls en seuns
Ja.
en so.
So that was years of, I see them practicing in the afternoons and like in the sun, I'm like, oh goodness, I'm actually so thankful to me. That their determination and everything and the heart the coaches have for those kids and individual training that they get. So that all came to this year. Well, there's still a road ahead. But this year, our under 19 girls, and I must specify, none of those girls are that age, they're all younger, won the Northwest Cricket Championships.
Well done.
And went through now, they're all on the way going through to nationals.
Well
so we
done.
are super excited and very proud of them. So that was a huge thing. I actually have to, because there's like, okay, so also that's then the soccer, we are the SACSA, that's all the South African Christian schools that come together for different sports like athletics as well, and the netball and the soccer. We are there, the gold champions, got gold medals there. And then the FCA soccer tournament, also gold medals. And then culture, because culture is, for a long time, because I'm coming there now for a long while, and a long time it was like the sport, the cricket and athletics, and later on the netball came in, and then academics. And now we're also very strong in the culture as well. So I'll touch base now on our dancing that accumulates to our concerts at the end of the year, which is actually more productions now. So we started now with drama as well. So they took some of our learners to our state fit, and just to give you 2 ideas, because I know a lot of individual kids did very, very well, but our junior hip hop got an A++, the group, and the senior contemporary group got an A++, triple plus, 98%.
Goeie genade.
So the dancing is really doing good. And then at the concert,
Maar hulle ook by die dans het ook 'n buitecoach wat hulle help.
no, teacher Jade she's the dance teacher. So she's at Little Saints, she's at the primary school, and she's at high school, and dancing is one of the subjects. So all the kids, whether they have 2 left feet or they have
almal doen dans.
Everyone can dance.
Because it's more of holistic. I told you holistic.
Yes, holistic, ja.
Body development, getting in touch with body orientation and spatial orientation. So even if the child is not becoming a dancer, the child, because a lot of our training of learning, especially nursery school and primary school, is with movement the brain develops.
Yeah,
And that's what people don't always realize. That's so important that children move. and do cross-brain activities where the synopsis form, okay, let's not get technical there, because I have a heart for that, but that's so important
Ja,
that
maar jy
children,
kan maar 'n bietjie
that children
vertel.
move. And I mean, we are unfortunately sitting with generation where kids are behind cell phones
Yeah.
and tablets. They're not allowed to climb a tree, they're not allowed to climb and hang on some things, and it's so crucial for them to do those things. We see with the little ones, because it's also muscle development. So now they're not used to hang on their arms and do monkey bars, for instance, or do basic push-ups, or kruiwaal loop, those kind of things. And now they start working 10 minutes later, they start slouching because their muscles are not developed. We're not even talking about brain development.
Ja.
Their muscles are too weak to keep them upright.
En dan sit hulle maar
Precisely. So that's why the dance and the sport is so important. It's not just about the medals and the trophies. And so yeah, we have official dance and drama teachers. So they're part of the curriculum. The drama is not part of the curriculum. That's extramural, but it's available for the kids. And then dance is part of the curriculum. And then like the contempt girls and the hip-hop group is like additional in the afternoons where they practice.
Hoorie, maar julle het ongelooflike baie aktiwiteite. So daar's as daar 'n kind is wat niks doen nie, is dit sy eie skuld.
Precisely.
Absoluut net. Daar so dit is oor is genoeg en
Yeah.
daar kan hulle kan deelneem aan letterlik alles.
Yes.
Ek wil gou 'n bietjie oorgaan daarna jou toe. Jy het nou nog so gepraat van die COVID babas. Hoe het COVID julle geaffekteer daai tyd rakende kom ons sê die ontwikkeling? Kan jy 'n verskil sien in daai 28 kindertjies se ontwikkeling?
I don't think with the babies, because we work with the babies, so I don't think we can really see a backslack in the development of the children. I just know that the 2 to 3s is a bigger class because the parents didn't have too much to do at home. So
Ek het 'n bietjie TV gekyk
there were
dalk
more
of
babies.
load shedding
Yeah.
of so.
Yeah.
So, but it didn't really affect us as much as maybe the primary
Yeah,
school
we
that can
saw
feel it more. Yeah.
Kan julle iets agterkom oor die COVID?
One thing I really, because the grade 1 group of this year, it was about 3 years old,
Ja.
and never had so many sick children per day. The immunity is non-existing.
So dit is ook 'n effek op.
That also had an effect because they were like isolated. They were at granny for the whole time, or whoever wearing the mask, and never had so many at one group, and that's both the grade 1 classes. So there we can definitely
Dit is
see.
interessant om dit nou
Ja.
om dit te hoor.
And I think emotionally for the older kids maybe, because I saw it with my blood kids, if I
Yeah.
can put it like that, there was like social interruption. And that I saw with last year's grade 1s. That the social protocol, and they had the extreme need for physical contact.
Ek dink ja.
They wanted to be next. I don't know if you guys, but your kids already, they don't even know about COVID.
Yeah,
And like this kids, they don't know about COVID, but we can see the difference. So last year's kids, so they were like 4 years old about of COVID. And they're like constantly in your private, I mean, you use it as a teacher, but
Ja,
they
maar
were
jy kom dit
extreme.
agter, ja.
They want to touch it all the time. They want hugs. They were hungry for physical touch.
Wat 'n graad is daai COVID jaar? Is hulle nou omtrent want dit graad 9, graad 10?
Speaking, what started where?
Ja, is dit nou ja, maar
So the grade 7
is grade 7s
is now
ja.
grade 11 because that's my
Ja,
child.
yes, grade 11. O, so hulle is nou al graad 9.
Ja.
Toe hulle ag nee, graad 11.
Ja, graad 11.
Yes,
Grade
so
11,
dit
ja.
is ja.
Ja.
So jy kan duidelik hy verskil sien. Santie, daar by die kleuterskool, wat kan jy ons nog 'n bietjie vertel wat ek nou nog nie gevra het nie? Gooi vir ons 'n
think
bietjie daar.
like Loise said, we would like to give each and every child the full opportunity. Our vision is also enabling every generation to reach their full potential in Jesus Christ. And it's really important for us that our children are happy when they come to school. Yes, academics and everything else is important, but the child must be happy in the preschool so that he can love school when he goes to primary school. And we want our children to be confident and to know who they are in Christ, because when they grow up and they don't know who the Lord is, they struggle and then they run after the wrong things. But when they know who Jesus is, I mean, some of our parents will always come back to us and say, I can't believe my child is praying for me when I feel sick. So our children reach out, even the things that they learn at school, they go home and they practice it at home. When the brother is not feeling well, they will pray for him. And it's nice to see that. And even this year we had a parent marriage course as well for parents who need more to work on their marriages maybe, because it's always nice for a child to be brought up in a home that is a family with a mom and a dad, but even with the single moms or the single dad. So we equip our parents as well so that they know how to raise their children and do the best that they can.
Maar begin julle ook dan nou van kleins af? Is daar by elke dingetjie wat julle doen, soos die geloof aspek wat julle doen? Verduidelik ons 'n bietjie rakende daai geloof.
We will pray in the mornings, we will do a daily devotion and tell the children who Jesus is and sing Christian songs with them. So we are definitely a Christian school and we don't take no for an answer there. If parents enroll their children, they know that this is right, this is wrong, and they want the children to learn the Christian aspect because actually there's more discipline in it as well. And you know, parents should not wait to teach their children about the Lord, because when you are a teenager and you want to bring the Bible to the children, then they are more difficult. But if you take them to church and you teach them about the Lord, and that is what's so nice as well, because being the 3 or 4 entities that we are, we have a pastor that counsel the parents if they need counseling as well, going through trauma. So we have that available as well.
So julle help letterlik die ouers ook en die kind. So dit is wonderlik. En daar by julle kant, hoe inkorporeer julle die geloof met die vakke?
Okay, first of all, Bible is a subject.
In
high school as well, it's a subject.
So is in die curriculum, Bible?
Yes, it's in curriculum. So we start the morning with prayer and devotions, and also, as she also said, to teach the kids, you know, not just you stand there and you pray for them, but how do they pray and why do we pray? Have discussion times. Okay, so what do you think about it and why do you think this is right and why it's wrong? Not just, okay, now you have to learn the scripture, because that's what we also do, is to implant scripture in their lives. So we have like a monthly scripture where all the kids in the primary and high school must know it by heart. And all the books as well starts with a scripture that they also need to know. And then we have Fridays, we have our chapel, which the kids adore. We are actually now for a few Fridays, due to things, holiday and things, we skipped it, and the kids like, when we're having chapel again, because then it's like church, but we do praise and worship, we bring the word. Okay, we also use that time, like with other schools do, the achievements and handing out of trophies and stuff.
Sure.
But half of the chapel is finding the presence of the Lord. And it was so amazing. Last quarter, our theme for chapel was worship. And we spoke about worship, and we taught the kids, why do we worship? Different ways of worship, because it's not just the singing and lifting the hands, it's a way of living as well. And to see children, and actually, you know, when you see a child that sometimes struggles in class to behave, go on his knees and start crying. Then you're like, this is why we're doing
Okay,
it.
dit is hoekom ons dit doen,
Yes. Then academics is like good, sport is good, but this is eternity value.
Dit is waarvoor julle werk, en dit is
Precisely. And I must also link with her, which we're also very excited, it's the added value. We just, we're in the phase of getting a final agreement, but from next year, we're going to work with the NWU, the certain department of theirs, where they have their master students. Two of them going to come each Tuesday for a day, and they're going to start counseling kids and walking a road with kids that go through trauma or have other problems, testing and equipping the kids, and doing counseling at school. So it's going to, we hope that it will spill over, because they said it's going to spill over, because as she also said, and they also agreed with it, even not just academic, but if you catch let's say a disability or a problem with learning, or if it's a traumatic event or whatever, the quicker and the younger you identify it, the quicker the child can be freed from it and go and move forward. But if a child walks for 10 years with the same trauma, it takes longer. Precisely, and that's what's amazing of our school, is that, as I said to you, because like we're smaller classes, but we also have a teacher and a teacher assistant in the class.
Soos dit onderwyser en 'n assistent.
Yes.
So daai individuele aandag is
Precisely.
pertinent
So you
altyd
can
daar.
catch when, listen, what, something is not like a year, or when the parents will send you, listen, just watch my child, we're busy going through a divorce, or we're moving, or the dog died, or whatever. Then you can attend to it. Yeah.
Ja. Dan die volgende vraagie wat ek sommer bietjie praat. Julle het nou so 'n bietjie gepraat oor die sporting coach. Vertel ons 'n bietjie van die tafeltennis. Dit is nou nogals interessant om te hoor van die tafeltennis.
Now you're throwing something to me that I am not very well equipped in, and I'm going to be honest, because she said what's our vision, that our values are truth,
Yeah.
unity, and excellence. That's for the church and the schools. So I have to speak the truth now.
So die
I know
tafel
the high school is doing it. I would know they went to tournaments this year, and that's the sum total that I really know. So if I'm going to say anything more than that,
ja.
I might not speak truth.
Santie,
But I know they enjoy it.
wil jy ietsie sê oor die sportgedeelte of die kultuurgedeelte daar by die
Yeah,
by die
at Little
kleintjies?
Saints we involve the parents every quarter.
Yeah.
So the first quarter we also have athletics with the little ones.
So dan hardloop hulle ook ag
Yeah,
sy.
it's very cute.
Ah,
So
God,
they're
so.
running from the babies that can already start walking up to the 6-year-olds.
Laat
that
julle
will
ook
run.
op die bike ry.
Yeah, do the scooter races. And then the second quarter we have a family fun day just for the parents and the children and the teachers to connect as well, because connection is so important. And then our third quarter is always the concert. That is the cherry of the year.
So jy het elke jaar konsert.
Yes, every year. And then the last quarter we have our graduation for the great R's.
So dan stap hulle nou met hulle wheaties en hulle
Yes,
hulle
very
al daai dinge.
exciting.
And spring day.
Yeah, and then we also have our field trips that we go on.
Yeah.
If the children do the theme of spring, we go and visit Haaskraal, Kwekery.
O, so dan gaan julle 'n bietjie sien toe dan kyk na
and
die
like
dinge.
maybe Valentine's Day, we go and visit old age homes to
Oh,
sing
shame.
and just share the love of Jesus with the old people.
En die kleintjies geniet dit seker
Yes,
ook.
they love it, and the old people appreciate it so much, because some of those people are just left there and they really
Oh.
appreciate. There's nothing like a small child's little arms around your neck giving you that love.
That love.
Yes.
Ag,
Can I link
awesome.
with something
Ja.
quickly there? And that's also that we actually saw, that's where the unity now comes in, is that we started project, and I call it, where we, all the entities, meaning the church, nursery school, both schools, give things. We have a Red Door project,
Ja?
and that's one part of that ministry where we select, not select,
Kies.
no, when parents bring,
Yeah.
what's the word?
Choose.
No, whatever,
Yeah.
they bring. Things like toiletries and
Whoa,
food,
okay, yeah,
non-perishables and so
yeah,
on.
yeah.
And then we reach out to the community, or we have like with our colours, we have 3 teams in the school, and they compete with academics and culture and sport, and then also with charity. So that it's like the winter drive, bring old clothes, and if you bring like a pants, it's like 10 points for your team. If you bring a top, it's like this points. And then you
Nice.
get a winning team for that. And that's how we also reach out to the community. So we have a nursery school also outside in Ekaging that we also support, that we with stationery and with the young girls needing sanitary pads. So we also, we're not just taking, we really want to teach the kids as well to give and to have an open hand.
So julle het baie projekte wat julle mee uitreik en mense doen. Julle het nou die dag, dink ek het julle ook julle konsert gehad. Vertel ons 'n bietjie van die konsert gedeelte.
Yeah, it's actually like my husband used the word, that it was more a production.
Production nogal.
Because this is the first time, and I think with you as well, that we did a little bit more drama. Now with the Saints, primary and high school, it was even more drama. So it was the drama with dance and singing, the choir, we used the choir. So it was a story, one theme, and then each class have like a dance that they perform, and then the story in between with the drama and our dancing teams or dancing groups. And then we have our grand finale, which it's like the whole school do a song together, teachers included.
Almal.
We had our 10 seconds of fame as well. And that's a lot of work that goes. It's like this year's production was like nearly 2 hours, and it ran over 2 nights. And our heart is that it will become like a thing on Potchefstroom calendar,
Ja.
that it's not just a school concert, but that people can really come and enjoy, and it's proper and it's professional and striving towards excellence.
Jy 2 ure produksie. Nou, hoe lank het julle geoefen in die ding?
The whole year, bits and pieces with the dancing classes and the afternoons and so on.
So julle het nog na skool ook geoefen?
Yes, and then the last month was like a lot of practice. And it's also, I must say, it's teamwork. So Teacher Jade is her, I need to say her baby. And she gives the lead, but every teacher has to decide, they get a theme. And they have to design their clothes, they have to get the clothes and everything, so it's like, this year the costumes was really, very nice. So it's really team effort.
Ja.
And then the last week before the concert, it's like a full week, dress rehearsal, dress rehearsal, dress rehearsal.
En dan gooi julle.
Yes, yes.
Wie sit ek nou so, ja, kom ons gaan 'n bietjie oor, bietjie in diepte met die culture by julle afdelings. Wat se tipe cultures het julle nog daar? Soos het julle ook debat en al daai verskillende
Well, I don't know about the little ones. They debate constantly.
Ja, constantly, ja.
Well, actually, yesterday was debating at our school, but that's more high school.
Ja.
So they more specify the high school with debating. And I must say, as I said, that everything is a progress. So every year something is added. So the last 2 years, the debating was added. And the drama was added.
Bietjies
Yes.
by, ja.
And then the choir was added this year. So we're trying not to stagnate, but to improve
Each and every
time, yeah.
Ja. Maar jy het nou genoem julle het Bybel as vak. Wat pertinent leer julle die kinders as Bybel in vak? Soos jy het nou gesê hulle leer hulle dalk hoe om te bid. Of so gaan hulle in die diepte in die geskiedenis in van die Bybel of want dit is vir my ook nou interessant.
Yeah, with the curriculum in the higher grades, yes. Then they go, because as I said, that's the subject, and they go into the I don't think they learn Greek. We're not there yet.
Yeah,
we can strive for it, but we're not there yet, okay?
Nog nie daar nie, ja.
Not there yet. So we do like that they know the word in the sense of, okay, this is the story, and you don't want to say?
Ja.
But then how does this story, because every story at the end of the day actually points towards Jesus.
Ja.
So even if you talk about Jericho, okay, so how does this fit into the plan that God already started with Adam and Eve?
Ja.
So it's like bringing, yes, we do the story, but as I always tell the kids is that, take Jericho's story. How many times I read it when I was young, I read it to my own kids, I read it to the kids, preach about it, but every time you can learn something. So I think what's very important is for us, yes, they do it as a subject and there they have to fill in. Okay, who did not went to Nineveh?
Yeah.
They must know the answer.
Yes.
But when we have our discussions and our devotions and our chapel is, okay, but how do you apply it?
Ja.
So it's not just dead letters on a paper.
On a paper, ja.
It becomes living word.
Ja.
Because the kids can go, yes, it's very important to, as I said, they must know certain scriptures. It's like 4 or 5 verses per quarter that the whole school learn every quarter. And in their books as well. So they have to know the word. But if you just know the word but you can't apply it, then...
Dit is nie moeite werd nie, ja.
Yeah, so that's all hard to, as you also said, when the kids come out of the nursery school and when they come out of the primary school, even if they move to another city, go to another school, that there's something here installed in them.
Already, ja.
And that they can move forward towards it. Because a lot of kids come out of broken homes and comes out of, and I've said not a lot, but there is,
Ja.
We're living in a society that's not perfect.
Ja, en dit is baie, soos ek sien dit ook, single mom, single dad, of bly by die ouma, of die tannie maak hom groot. Maar dit is ook lekker dan om by die skool aan te kom en mense help jou in daai geloofsafdeling, die familiegedeelte.
Yes.
Santie, daar by die kleuterskooltjie, Hoeveel kinders is julle nou altesaam, het jy gesê?
The Lord has blessed us with 200 children this year.
Ja.
200.
Yes.
Before COVID, I think in the past years, they were like 200 and
yeah.
something. But after COVID, we were like 160, 170. But this year, the Lord has really blessed us with 200 children.
Maar word hulle dan nou ook gekeer? Of is dit net as hulle inskryf, is dit...
I don't think there is a way to say who can come.
Yeah,
in. If
yeah.
our class is full, then there's
That-
no space.
There's a
But
waiting list, ja.
Yeah, we really believe that the Lord sends every child that should be there, and we take them in and we stimulate them and teach them what they need to know.
Nou, jy het nou so 'n bietjie gepraat van die wat julle doen. Hoe stimuleer julle nog die kleintjies met dingetjies wat julle doen daar by die teuterskool? Waarna kan die kykers uitsien as hulle kindertjies bring?
I think we start in the morning with the morning ring, and then we sing songs like "My name is Petey," "My name is Petey." So
Ja?
they get to know who their friends are, and then we do all the activities that is important in the school for all the body development and all that.
So doen julle ook bietjie gimnastiek of dans of hula hoop en al daai?
Yeah, we play outside with balls. There's a balancing beam. All our jungle gyms are quite awesome as well. I think we also would like to, I'm not sure if we can say it here, but the 17th of November we have a All Saints Sunday at church. So we would also like to invite everyone who's watching to come and see what we do with
Is
the
dit nou
children
is dit dan by die skool self?
at the
At
church.
the church. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the dancers are going to perform, the choir is going to perform, the little ones are going to perform.
Yeah.
Die
And
17 November
Ja,
sê.
Sunday, 17 November,
Dan-
yes. And the church starts at 9 o'clock.
Can I just add something? Because I always look at their Facebook and they're like, I'm so impressed, you know. They always do something. If their theme is like, I know at spring the kids were planting little pot plants,
Yeah.
or they are baking things or making things. They're always making things. Experiment water with things in the water. They're always
Hulle is
there's,
besig.
yeah. They're always
Yeah, so
learning,
each week there's a
touching.
different theme, and according to the theme, the teachers plan, and they just do awesome stuff.
They're
with the
amazing. If they
children.
watch the Facebook, they always have an update on the Facebook.
On
what
the-
the
on the
kids do.
Facebook, ja.
That's amazing what they do.
Soos jy nou sê, dit elke week, dan help jy, dan doen die onnies nou saam met die kinders die waterkaskanade of
Ja.
al daai dingetjies. Ag, dis nice. Loise, daar by julle kant, wat kan jy ons nog vertel wat ek dalk nou gemis het?
I think what also is it's just, is we try to create an environment where the kids will enjoy. I think you also said that they want to come, or you said
Yeah.
that they want to come to school. Yeah. So we have the added things like cake and candy sales, where the kids learn how to sell and buy with money. You know, do that.
Ja.
The grade ones go and they have to figure out the change kind of thing.
Sê nie.
Chaos, but yeah, it happens. But
Ag hier,
and
maar ek
then-
dink is lekker vir hulle ook.
Precisely, and then we have the yearly fun week where we get like a lot of water worms and water jumping things where the kids can just enjoy themselves. The classes go also in the primary school go for visits outside. They have been to a snake farm the other day where I saw the photos with the yellow snake around the neck. No, it's not
Geel
that.
luislang, ja.
That thing. But you know, the kids also realize there's a world outside there. So it's also those fun activities. The teachers will play netball game on the Astro break time, and it will be like a fun event kind of thing. So a lot of those fun things that are worked in. That is not just school. And I must also say there's a lot of clinics, like sport clinics. The grade 1s and 2s will have a netball clinic, like on a weekend that I learn a little bit more. We have our soccer tournament that's coming up from grade R up to the high school on Fridays. I think Fridays and Saturdays, but I think it's mostly Saturdays.
Ja.
Where they compete, do small, short games, and they compete for first place and second place. So
Ons speel dan nou teen mekaar.
yes, so it's not just you have to go to another town to go and play in a tournament.
So
It's
dis
like-
nou kompetisie
Yes, so even if you're not in the team, you're in a team.
in 'n team, ja.
Yeah, and you compete, and it's huge fun. So, and we also have the computer class as well. That's part of the curriculum. So they also do computers as well, starting from grade 1. So, that's also part of the curriculum.
Het julle 'n tipe soos 'n leessentrum as iemand 'n bietjie probleme het?
We have a lady that comes in. She actually started our library as well a few years
Oh,
back.
lekker.
So the kids can come and take books out, and then it's mostly for the grade 2s and 3s, and there might be a few grade 4s as well. That's identified where then they come individually. They are sent and she sits with them and she helps them with the reading, yes.
Ag, nice. En daar Santie, by jou kant, wat kan jy ons nog vertel? Gooi vir ons skole daar.
I think I've said most of it, but all I want to say as well is that our teachers are so loving and passionate, and they are all qualified, and they are just ready to receive children and love them as their own and teach them to the best they can.
Hoeveel onnies is nou by aan julle kant?
We are 14 teachers.
14.
Yes.
Hoeveel onderwysers is by julle?
Ja,
Baie.
baie. That's a lot. Because
Dit is nou onderwysers en assistente. Ja.
Because you think it's like the grade 1s are 2 classes, grade 2s are 2 classes, all of the grades are 2 classes, and just the high school is 1 class per. With the assistants, 30 plus, between 30 and 40. I haven't sat down and did all the calculations. But
hoeveel kinders is in die skool altesaam?
we're around 340 currently, ja.
Maar jy het nou 'n bietjie geraak aan die matrieks vir 2025. Is dit nou uit hulle begin by
Most of them.
of die meeste van hulle het begin by julle?
The high school is open for other applicants if they want, if there's space. Because that's the other thing is our classes are like 20 in a class.
Oh,
in a
dis
grade.
maximum.
Yeah. So we did get like a few in this year where there was kids that were applied, and was, because now we can decide who we want to take, kind of thing.
Yes.
But if someone comes from another school, they are tested to see will they be ready for the curriculum.
Okay.
So actually in all our grades, when you come from another school, you have to do a test to see, okay, if you slot in the grade 3s, are you ready for the grade 3 curriculum? And then we can advise and say, we would advise maybe that your child redo this, or yes, your child is ready. Most of the kids are ready, but sometimes we do pick up a problem.
'n probleem, ja.
Ja.
Maar julle matriek se volgende jaar gaan hulle reg wees.
It's a very strong group. I must say, they are also not just academically. They are a hard-working group, and they are, that group of kids that makes you proud to be the teachers. They walk with their blazers, and it's good morning, ma'am. How are you, ma'am?
Nice.
Sir, you can walk first, kind of thing. So that manners as well, and when I hear how they will help each other, like this one is struggling with math, I will, not in class time, but after hours, let me help explain, to uplift the group. So we are very excited about our grade 11s.
Hoeveel kinders is nou dan wat na matriek toe gaan? Wat is die groot groep?
I think they are not completely twin. That amounts I actually had the other day, and that was about, I'm going to, again, truth.
Truth.
So don't go check me on this one. I think they are around 16 kids.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, they're around 16 kids.
Maar hoe voel die personeel oor die moontlikheid vir daai 2025 se matriek?
We expecting distinctions.
Jenny?
Ja.
So die dinge gaan mooi loop.
Yeah, because we have our quarterly achievement award as well.
Ja.
And they have to have 80 and between 85 to get like the highest achievement for that quarter. And most of them got it last quarter. Between 80 and 85.
85. Nee, so daai onderskeidings gaan invloei daar.
Yeah, so we're very
Ja,
excited.
volgende jaar hierdie tyd is dit Saints. Wel gedaan. Ja, ek dink die tyd het ons nou gevang. Ons het nou 'n bietjie lekker gesels. Baie dankie Loise, Santie. Dit was 'n voorreg om julle hier te gehad het vandag. Wil julle vir iemand hallo sê? Dankie sê.
Dankie ma, dankie pa.
Dankie pa, dankie ma. Wil julle nie vir julle hoof hallo sê nie?
Yeah, Catherine was supposed to sit here.
Ja. Want ek het gesien die moes 3 mense gewees
But
het.
the Department of Education decided she needs to be with them today. So
So
Catherine, I hope we made you proud.
Ja, dit is Drikus Viljoen hierso op Skool Kompas, saam met Saints gewees en Little Saints. Dit was vir my 'n baie groot voorreg. Dames, weer eens baie dankie.
Thank you.
Sterkte vir wat julle doen en dankie vir wat julle doen met die kindertjies daar by Saints en mag die Here julle net bless verder.
Thank you. We
Thank
take
you.
that. And
Baie dankie weer
Okay,
eens.
blessings for you as well.
Ja, volgende week, Dinsdag, selfde tyd, selfde plek, Drikus Viljoen, Skool Kompas. Tot 'n volgende keer, totsiens.